Hi everyone! Did you know that you can use Google Slides to create your weekly newsletters that go out to your parents or to your students? So let me walk through how to change your page size in Google Slides to fit what would go into a copy machine, an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And because we're using Google Slides, it makes it very easy to share that newsletter with a link or embed it into a website. So when you go into Google Slides, it takes you to the presentation view that we're used to when we're creating presentations. But if you go to File and then Page Setup, it'll allow you to customize the size of that screen. So under Page Setup, you'll go to Custom, and then you can change this actually by inches, centimeters, points, or pixels. But we're going to change it to what would easily go into a copy machine, 8.5 by 11. And then you can see it changes our view here. And I can go into View and enlarge this so I can see my workspace better. And because we're using Google Slides, it makes it easy to add images, shapes, text boxes, much easier than it would in a Google Doc. So if I wanted, I could create my newsletter template that I could customize week after week with columns. I could make this my heading. I can change my border if I wanted to be polka dots or lines. I could make it colors. If I know that this is going to be viewable on the web, then I could change this to different colors. And what I love about using Google Slides is I can constantly add text boxes or images on top of each other and layer them much easier than you can in a Google Doc. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the template for my newsletter. And then on a weekly basis, I can go through and add my content, add my text into these text boxes as I want, as I wish, on a week-to-week basis. So I can go in and put my heading in. I can choose my font, and if I don't like the fonts that come with Google, I can go into more fonts and select from hundreds. I can pick my font size. I can justify where my text goes in that text box. And if I wanted to have a date up here for each week, I can also justify where that text goes within that little text box, and I don't have to have a border around that if I want. I can completely customize this to fit my needs for my newsletter. If I wanted to add an image, I love the fact that adding an image into a Google Slides presentation is so simple. I can upload it from my computer or maybe find something from my Google Drive, or I can actually find a royalty-free image through Google. So these are all images that I can use because they're free images that are allowable to be used in any sort of Google document. So I can just add this down here. I could also, if I wanted, change the color of that particular image. So maybe I want those books to be blue instead of red, and I can go over here and change that. And because I'm using this for my newsletter, if I have a back page, I just come over here, right click, enter new slide, and it gives me another 8.5 by 11 page to my newsletter. Then when I'm ready to send this out, I can go to File and download it as a PDF, which then I can upload and save into my Google Drive. And once I have it in my Google Drive, I can actually share that to my parents or to my students just with that shareable link. So I know that this one is going out to parents that don't have FHSD accounts. So I'm going to go to More and say that anyone with this link can access this and can view it. Then I can put this link into an email to parents or into a website if I have one. Another option that I have is I could go over here to File and publish this to the web, which would give me some embed code if I wanted this to be embedded into my website to where it auto advances from page 1 to page 2 after a certain amount of time. Once I click publish, it gives me this embed code that I would just put into the HTML side of my website or even into Schoology if I had a Schoology account. So that's how you can use Google Slides to create a newsletter for your parents.